Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spurs Live. We are back with a live stream, and it's all three of us once again. All three of us on the live stream. We got
Three
co-hosts,
times in a
obviously Josh,
row.
3 times in a row, exactly. Co-host Josh, co-host Matt. How are you guys doing on this fine, amazing day?
Better than Matt, I'll tell you that much. For anyone that
Matt, how-
doesn't know, before we got into this call, Matt was just telling us about the numerous things that have gone wrong in his life in the past 24 hours. And it is a miracle that he's here by all accounts. So,
Mate,
Matt, what have you got to say about that?
I'm just cold, mate. It's so cold in Spain.
15 degrees
Oh,
must be freezing. My heart bleeds.
Well, lads, today's going to be a very, very good live stream. Today's going to be an interesting live stream. It's going to be the Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea match preview. Obviously, everyone knows what this means to us. Josh, let's start with you. What does this game mean to you? Obviously, many people don't really understand the hatred between us and Chelsea. Many people think it's between us and Arsenal. What does hatred between Tottenham and Chelsea mean to you?
Yeah, well, clearly Pochettino doesn't understand the hatred either. Seriously, what is he smoking? Does anyone else? It's in the quotes that have come out for him, even like last night, that
Yeah,
he said in the same breath that he'd like to manage Chelsea for 25 years or until he dies, but he'd also like to manage Spurs again one day. Like, I don't think he understands. I hate Chelsea as much as I hate Arsenal. If
hmm
not, the past decade, it's been more so because we just cannot beat them.
I
Like,
hate Chelsea more than I hate Arsenal.
Yeah, I just despise everything about that club, everything they stand for. I hate all their players. Like, I just can't, everything. I don't know why I'm wearing this shade of blue today. Like, actually, no, I say it's more of a Spurs shade of blue, to be fair. But
yeah.
even then, everything about that club makes me feel ill. Do you know what we should have got actually? Do you remember the two Chelsea fans that we got on last time? That I did
Yes, yes. I reached out to them. Don't
stream
worry,
with?
they will be coming onto the podcast. Don't worry, they will be
We've got to
coming
get
on.
them on, especially if we win. I want to get them on. I really want to get them on because they will get absolutely battered for that. But no, this rivalry is just as big as the Arsenal one for me. I get just as nervous. The result matters just as much, if not more so, because if we win today, we go 17 points clear of them. And in my lifetime,
Oh.
I've never known us to go 17 clear of Chelsea at all, especially like what, 10 games in?
Yeah, 10 games in now. It's gonna be 11th. Yeah.
Yeah, 11 games in, 17 points clear of them. And to be honest, mate, it matters even more because the results this weekend all went our way, barring City, but that doesn't really count because it's City. All the
Yeah.
results went our way this weekend. So this is a
Yeah.
massive chance not only to go 17 clear of them mugs, but to cement a good top four position going into what is a really tough run for Spurs over the Christmas period. So I think it's a massive game today. It's bigger than any Chelsea Spurs game has been for years.
Solid point there. I think when you talked about the fact that we can go 17 points over Chelsea, that
Yeah.
is mad. That is actually mental. Um, Matt, what do you think coming to this Chelsea game? Are you confident that we're gonna get the win? Obviously, Instagram comments have been a little bit not on your side. I'll be honest. They've
I
been
saw
more on
that.
the admin one. What are your thoughts going into the Tottenham Chelsea game?
I am incredibly nervous.
Yeah.
Incredibly nervous.
Mm.
I'm more nervous than I have been about Tottenham Chelsea games in the past. And I think it's because obviously just so much rides on it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like if we'd lost a few games, let's say we were sat on 18 points, right? Let's say we were sat on 18 points. We'd lost a couple of games. Do you know what I mean? At
Yeah.
that point, you're like, okay, well, it'd be great to beat them. They're behind us, which they would still be behind us if they were on 12 and we're on 18, right? But at that point, you're thinking, oh, well, it's another game, is what it is.
Mid-table clash, isn't it, really?
But if we win, we go back top of the table. We go back top of the table after 11 games. And that's amazing. And, all right, City are right on our heels. And let's be honest, City are going to probably win the league again this year. We know that.
True.
But if we win, we go 5 points clear of Arsenal, which is fantastic.
Crucial as well. Crucial points.
That's massive, honestly, considering I think this is the weekend we've got to take advantage of it. I think it will prove a lot to fans outside of Spurs that we can actually sustain this sort of form. Because I still see a lot of people in their top 4 predictions recently that say Spurs will probably still get 5th, or they'll fall out of it and fall away.
So interestingly, I don't know if you saw that, but Ellie has just commented.
Which one? The one before this?
Yeah.
No, Ellie's just commented saying that for her, Chelsea are insignificant and it's all about hating.
No, I disagree. I hate him. I hate him so much.
I hate them with a passion, but she's saying she was born and bred in Tottenham. And apparently, for those in Tottenham, it's all about Arsenal.
I kind of agree, but I still hate Chelsea, but I'm more whatever. I can't get my
Arsenal is the natural derby, and I despise Arsenal. I think with Chelsea, it is it is a historic rivalry as well. It goes way back, but also they ruined my childhood. I swear every single semi-final and final we've ever played has been against Chelsea, and Didier Drogba just battered us. I can't stand. They ruined my childhood. And in the 2010s as well, they took that title off us when they had Conte. The Battle of the Bridge, obviously, still firm in my memory.
In 2008, no. Yeah, in 2008, didn't we beat Chelsea?
No, that was the 2009 final. We beat Chelsea, or 2009-10, I think 2009.
It was. No, it was 2008.
I swear it's 2009.
2008.
Do you guys see how stupid this is, though? That we're trying to find out when we beat Chelsea. Like, they've been so dominant against us.
Remember that? But we had Conte. We played them 3 times in 3 weeks, and we lost 3 times in 3 weeks. Honestly, I can't stand it. I think we've only beaten them once at the Bridge in the past 10 years, haven't we? And that was when Eriksen scored the long shot, and then Dele scored the dive all over the top and flicked in.
What a goal by Eriksen, by the way! What a goal!
And but guys, let's get back to the main point of this, which is, do you think we actually have a chance of beating them? Don't look at it in terms of oh yeah, Chelsea beating us every single time. The mentality is with them. No, think about it purely on tactical basis.
Hunter, stop that, please. Sorry.
All good. Do you guys think we can actually beat Chelsea this game?
Absolutely. I think is our best chance of beating Chelsea for a while.
This was the final, by the way.
I went to
2008.
1967 FA Cup final. Ellie, how old are you?
Ooh.
Jesus. 1967.
Jeez. That is mental.
But she has ratified it. 2008. I knew it was 2008.
Yeah.
Right. I think
big up to Ellie, by the way. Big up to Ellie. Go on.
Big up to Ellie. No, I think this is our best chance of beating Chelsea in a long while. I actually think they have a relatively good team.
Okay.
I think they've underperformed. I think they've got a decent team. Obviously, they've spent £1 billion. But I think they've got a decent team. And if you look at their XG, they are
very high.
Their XG is actually really high.
They're massively underperforming.
And the reality is they are just unable to convert their chances.
Yeah.
And I just hope that translates to this evening as well.
Well, I think it's going to be a very interesting tactical game because they play with a lot of width and obviously we invert. So we are literally everything about our clubs is the antithesis of each other. And tactically, funnily enough, we are the antithesis of each other. You know, our fullbacks will invert and pack that midfield, whereas their fullbacks will overlap their wingers and they'll stretch the pitch as wide as possible. So it's actually going to be a really interesting tactical battle, especially because I think Reece James is back. Well, maybe he'll probably be back for about half an hour before he goes off again. But Reece James is back today, I think. And I think they will cause us big problems down the wing. I think if Chelsea are going to get any joy today, it will be up against Pedro Porro, and maybe we still don't know if it's Udogie or Ben Davies yet. That's a big one, to be honest, in this match.
I think Sterling will run Porro ragged.
Oh, well, I'm interested to see if they start Sterling on the right and Mudryk on the left, just for the pace in behind.
No,
I don't think Noni Madueke has particularly performed when he's been in the games that he's played recently.
No, I agree. No, I think Sterling will start on the left, and I think he will give Porro a tough time. The only thing is our right backs.
Oh, what a trooper Ellie is.
I love Ellie. She's amazing. She was nearly 5 in 67.
Oh, that's a serious Spurs supporter there.
She was 5 in 67 on her dad's shoulders, and she was there with her 7 brothers. Ellie, we applaud you. We applaud you. No, I think that the only benefit we have is when our wingers do play high up the pitch. Mm-hmm. I think that is going to stretch Chelsea, and if we are playing on the front foot, it is then going to mean they're going to have less opportunity to play in behind us because they're going to have to be defending. So I really hope Ange doesn't change his general ethos.
There's no way. There's no way. If he doesn't change it at Arsenal away, he's not changing it at home. No chance. He's not changing it
at home, I know. But on that basis, if he doesn't change his ethos, then ultimately, I think that if we play attacking progressive football, that helps us defensively.
Do you guys think that we need to be the dominant one in terms of with the ball? We have to be the one with the possession, or
yes,
or Chelsea.
I'd like to see that, but I actually don't think you do against Chelsea. I think almost you're better off Chelsea just sitting in and hitting them on the break. But I know that's not really the football we're trying to play anymore. But I think it's been proved against Brentford last week, against Forest, against Bournemouth, like against multiple teams. Chelsea have struggled with a low block, and they are a massive. It's easy to hit them on the break, quite frankly. So I think you can play either way against Chelsea.
We won't do that.
No, we won't. But that's what you can. But the thing is with Chelsea as well, it seems this season, the longer you stay in the game against them, the bigger chance there is to win. In terms of if they don't put the ball away early, they just seem to fold eventually. And I think I do think I'm actually the most confident I've ever been that we're going to win today, which worries me on a deep personal level. But
I'm terrified. I'm actually terrified of this game. And I said to you boys the other day, I'm actually considering not watching it because I'm so scared of it.
I think my biggest nerve is if Udogie is going to play or not, because I think that's going to be probably the most key battle in terms of Chelsea's threat is on the wings. And I think if Sterling plays on the right, we need Udogie. We can't have Ben Davies playing on that wing. He'll get torched.
I think also I feel like it's a lot now to do with our wingers. If our wingers now today play well, I'm talking about either if Kulusevski play, if Brennan Johnson plays, if Richarlison plays, whoever plays, we'll get more into depth about that later. But depends on which one the wingers start. That's going to cause Chelsea a lot of problems in terms of defensive. Yeah, sure, they got Levi Colwill. Yeah, they got Thiago Silva. But I feel like in pace, I feel like we can beat them. Hang on. So I got a WhatsApp message. We can beat them. No problem in terms of pace. But guys, in terms of goal threats, do you guys think we can threat them in terms of going forward, or how do you guys see us scoring today?
100%. Son is a consistent threat. Son is the best. Son is probably the best finisher in world football.
Yeah,
he's unbelievable. Son is causing threat. I'd quite like to see Johnson given a run out and just get at them. Pace, power, get at them. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, you've seen this season, we have scored the same goal over and over again. where we get to the byline, pull it back onto the box, Son taps it in, right? We've scored that goal so many times, and it's nice to see us scoring that goal because it means our build-up play, everything is good, and we're getting into that position. But no, I think we have plenty of threat going forwards. Kulusevski is going to pull it back onto his left foot and whip it into the box. If Brennan Johnson starts, I think he has a good opportunity to show us what his pace can do, which would be nice. And Son in front of goal, we know Son is a consistent threat.
That's the difference between Spurs and Chelsea, though, is that Sonny needs 1 or 2 chances. Nicholas Jackson needs 10 or 20 chances, like to put a team away. And the thing is, 100%. Centrally, the battle is massive today as well, because obviously our spine of Sarr, Bissouma, and Maddison going up a very robust and functional midfield of Gallagher, Enzo, and Caicedo, you would assume, and then Palmer with that extra man. So I think it's going to be very tough, both out wide defending and going forward through the middle. Bissouma is going to have to be at his very best today, press resistance wise, because Gallagher is going to be pressing him like a man possessed, you would assume, like he does most games.
I thought Bissouma was poor against Palace.
I think Bissouma is much better against the bigger teams that are pressing him. I think against the teams that are willing to sit in, he's a bit more limited. But I think a game against the larger teams who are going to press him and don't want to give him time suits him down to the ground.
Yeah, mate, to be honest, against Palace, I just felt that he was shrouded by his potential suspension.
Got through it, though, and I'm happy that he didn't get a yellow. I think if you think about Bissouma's best games this season, Man United, Arsenal, and then parts of Liverpool as well, like his best games are against the best teams because he's so press resistant and they just run at him. I think this game will suit him down to the ground.
Well, I hope so. I
think Pochettino, though, will be ready for this, though. I feel like for some reason he kind of will build his team in a way where they won't have to press Tottenham. But then on the other hand, that will suit Tottenham. It doesn't matter if they press us or not. We'll still be able to go forward. Ange likes to play with the defenders high because obviously the pace of Van der Ven to track back, Romero to track back is all good. So I'm trying to understand how would Pochettino approach the game? Do you guys think he has to play that press game in terms of their front three or their front four, including the cam? Presses, Bissouma, Romero, and Van der Ven, or do you think they sit back kind of and just wait?
They won't sit back. I can't see Pochettino doing that. He's got a £1 billion team.
Yeah,
they're going to play, and it's the same they've done all season. Even though they've not been getting goals, they've still played in the same way. They've always played attacking, offensive football, and they will do the same. And it's up to us to neutralise that.
Yeah, fair enough. Josh?
Yeah, I think I want to see actually if Poch changes just because he's coming to us. If you get what I mean, I do want to see if the pressure gets to him a little bit, if the fans get on top of him, and he makes a bit of a strange tactical change or change in personnel. But this is the thing about this game is that there's so many unknown quantities in terms of Chelsea's lineup changes every single week, especially in their attack. They're constantly rotating players in and out. We don't know if Broha's going to play, if Jackson's going to play, if Sterling's going to play, Madueke is going to play, Mudrik's going to play, Palmer's going to play in the front three. Like it's hard to analyze when you don't know the approach that Poch is going to take to this game in terms of, is he going to favour the wings? Is he going to try and overload centrally? There's so many different ways of looking at this match.
Sorry to interrupt, but a Chelsea fan thinks Tottenham are winning 3-0.
I've never seen a Chelsea fan predict us to win 3-0 in my lifetime. Do you know what? I've seen a lot of Chelsea fans, actually. I know a lot of Chelsea fans that think that they're going to turn up today because they think they play better against the big teams, as if Spurs don't play against a low block every single game that they play. Like I cannot wait for this game just because we're not going to be playing against a low block, hopefully, for once. I'm so bored of it.
I think number one, big up to Chelsea fan. Thanks for the comment. I think going into the game, it's going to be an interesting approach from Tottenham fans. I want to get into the Tottenham Pochettino thing right now. But before we do, we will obviously remind you guys to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to check out everyone's socials. I'll put them on the screen right now. Go drop them a follow and subscribe, obviously. Well, there we go. Obviously, thank you to everyone who's in the chat. Now, lads, before we get into the conversation with regards to that left wing spot, which I feel like is going to be a very, very good one, I want to talk about Pochettino and Tottenham. Matt, you know, Pochettino's coming back to Tottenham. How do you think? And this was a question for you, Josh, as well. How do you guys think the fans will see Pochettino? How do you think they'll react to Pochettino?
I think he'll probably get booed.
Yeah.
However, I am completely indifferent. Like, if it was me, I wouldn't boo him. I wouldn't cheer him. I wouldn't show him anything.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is, Pochettino did some great things for Tottenham. He took us to a Champions League final. And obviously he made the point the other week that he didn't leave, he was sacked. Okay. So
no, good point.
Like, he was sacked. So again, he didn't leave us. It was against his will. But the reality is, subsequently, he's gone to Chelsea. And as far as I'm concerned, I am just meh. It's nothing to me. Like, he was with us. He was great when he was with us. Before he joined Chelsea, I liked Pochettino. But now he is, as far as I'm concerned, he is simply just the Chelsea manager and nothing else.
Fair enough. Josh?
I think it did hurt quite a lot when he joined Chelsea for me, just because I think he gave me some of my best memories as a Spurs fan. And I felt so connected to him as a person and the team that he created. You know, I think you see that picture of him, you know, waving his arms about after the Ajax win in the All Black, you know, the Battle of the Bridge, the unbeaten streak at White Hart Lane in the final season, you know, the team that he created with Dele, Kane, Eriksson, Sonny, you know, that whole run of his. And let's not forget, he brought us into... Pochettino allowed us to be who we are today in many aspects in terms of post-Bale, post-AVB. You know, we were sort of floundering really in mid-table obscurity, and we didn't know who we were. And he gave us an identity again, and he allowed us to challenge for major honours and move forward as a club. But ultimately, you know, I understand that he didn't want to leave the club. He never wanted to leave the club, and he probably wanted to come back, and we didn't offer the contract to him post PSG. But you don't pick Chelsea. And the fact that you do pick Chelsea, you should understand. Dele Alli came out and said it, the rivalry in Tottenham in terms of within the club, they felt it more so with Chelsea in the past decade than they did with Arsenal, because that's who we were really competing with for league titles and cups at that time. And Poch would have known that. He's not a stupid man. He would have known that, and hence why he's been sucking up to us all week, which if I was a Chelsea fan, my head would be on Mars with some of the quotes that he's come out with this week. I'd be furious if Ange said that.
He just loves Tottenham, which is great.
Yeah, it's brilliant, and he clearly didn't want to leave. And it, do you know what? It does soften that blow a little bit in terms of knowing that, you know, he's not sour with the club and that he wanted to stay and he's one of us. Deep down, we all know he is. I think he wanted to be one of us still to this day. But no, he was wearing a black suit. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. He was wearing a black suit, and it was a lovely black suit as well, might I say. Yeah, you know.
Look. I want to just say for sorry, yeah, go on, finish off. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. But to answer the question originally, I wouldn't be booing him today, but I'm now simply indifferent, which I think that would actually hurt Poch more. Is that a lot of fans are just numb to him today. But I have seen a lot of online. It seems like a very 50-50 split online.
It is very 50-50.
Saying they're going to boo, and people saying they don't care. You know,
I think it depends. I feel like more of the younger generation will be less booing him, because the memories are more valuable to them. They've been they've experienced Tottenham alongside Pochettino. For myself, I'm like, I'm not 50-50, but I will understand the people who are booing him. I just got a little thing about this, and I it's only in England the way this whole rivalry works. Tottenham have got, West Ham, Arsenal, Chelsea, 3
West
rivals.
Ham. How dare you?
Don't you
No,
talk about those rats, honestly.
no, I'm saying that they're London derbies, aren't they?
No,
They
they're
are a
not.
derby.
They are
Why not?
absolutely not.
They're
Why
so
not?
insignificant to me.
Hey, literally, West Ham is absolutely nothing.
Okay, but are they counted as a rival? Are they counted as a Tottenham rival?
Not at
Why
all.
not?
If you ask
Yeah,
them,
they are. Of course
No,
they
you
are.
ask them.
because to be a rival, you have to be on the same level. And
Okay, in
No.
terms of the game itself.
They-
Okay, what about Liverpool and Everton? Liverpool and Everton, that's a Merseyside derby.
Oh, that's barely a derby. It's a Merseyside derby, but that's barely a derby. If you ask
Okay,
Liverpool
same
fans, they
point.
don't care.
Same point. I'm saying the fact is that.
No.
Okay, let's leave out West Ham.
No,
Let's
I
leave
hate
out
it.
West Ham then.
I hate
For
it.
your sake,
Like,
for Matt's sake
literally-
and Josh's sake, everyone,
No.
we'll leave out West Ham.
For me, Arsenal and Chelsea are our big London rivalries and our derbies.
Yeah, but then you got Fulham, you got West Ham. They're still part of the
No,
London derby.
absolutely not.
No, that's like saying Palace was a derby. No.
Yeah.
No, it's still counted as a derby. Is
No,
it not?
doesn't. No,
Hey,
it
yo,
doesn't.
guys, comment down below if it's counted as a derby.
Literally, West Ham. I have
Yeah.
never ever counted West Ham as a rivalry, as a derby, ever in my entire life. It's West
No,
Ham.
it's just
In the
funny
books.
because West Ham fans absolutely hate us.
Yes.
They get so rattled every time we
my
punch
friend-
them
Okay.
every single year.
My friend is a West Ham fan, and every time we play them, he's like, "Oh, Derby Day," like, and
Okay. So my
West Ham
point,
fans-
yeah.
No, West Ham fans see it as this big old derby, but the reason they do that is because Tottenham are leagues ahead of them.
It's because we won't acknowledge them, and it really bothers them that we won't acknowledge them.
Yes.
Okay. So let's say for the sake of this, let's say it's Tottenham and Arsenal and Chelsea. Okay, I don't feel like in many other leagues there are this type of thing where there is other hatred clubs towards one club. For example, you got Real Madrid and Barcelona, and then you got Barcelona and Espanyol. That's really and obviously Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. I feel like there isn't many there's not many leagues where a club has got so much hatred like Tottenham. Tottenham don't like Arsenal. Tottenham don't like Chelsea. You look at Liverpool. Liverpool don't like City. Liverpool don't like United. Liverpool don't like Chelsea. They don't like each other. So I feel like coming up against Chelsea today, it's more than a game for myself. It's more than a game. I feel like you look at the Dele Alli moments where he controlled it on a knee, scored. The amount of celebrations you got and the amount of moments you got from when Tottenham beat Chelsea is mental. And you know when Tottenham beat Chelsea, in my opinion, yeah, guys, you guys can only have your own opinion. I'm more satisfied with the result and just grateful that we beat Chelsea than when we beat Arsenal. I feel like because with Arsenal, it's more of a derby, like a I don't know how to say it. With Chelsea, it's more of a fight. No, do you guys agree?
I think I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it's more a fight versus Chelsea, I think.
It's a different kind of relief beating Chelsea just
Yeah.
because it doesn't happen. Whereas Arsenal, we consistently have them at home, and
Exactly.
it's been more of a. We've actually, frankly, dominated Arsenal in terms of league position for the past 8 years.
We didn't used to.
We didn't used to,
yeah,
but
we
in the
didn't
past decade, I think 7 out of 8 of the past 7 of the last 8 years, we finished above them. Whereas Chelsea, it's so personal. I think with Chelsea, in terms of the play that in recent years and the players we had, everyone will go back to the Battle of the Bridge, and that was a day that broke a lot of our hearts. To be fair, in that title race season with Leicester, I just have a personal distaste for that club in terms of like Lampard. He calls us 3-point lane. Every time they talk about us, Drogba looks down upon us. And he ruined all our childhoods. Well, Matt's like probably 30s, I'd imagine.
Wait.
He destroyed my 30s.
Yeah, and then obviously there's a big thing of the back and forth between the managers. We took Conte, we took Mourinho, probably after they were done, and they'd battered us throughout their Chelsea careers. Came to us and then ruined our clubs all over again.
So, Josh, do you? I know this is a controversial one. Do you hate Chelsea more than you love Spurs, or the opposite?
No.
Are you sure? Okay, no, because I know you guys are looking at that because there's some people who are saying that they hate Chelsea.
Can I just say, I know what you're on about. Yeah, I think it's so weird. Yeah, when fans would say like, oh, I'd rather Chelsea get relegated.
I
I'd sacrifice
don't. Yeah, I don't
us winning
understand
the
that.
title or something to see Chelsea relegated. I think that's such weird behaviour that you would
Pathetic.
rather like see opposition lose than your own team win.
Have
Yeah,
you
I think
also
that's
seen
such
these
strange
people online?
behaviour.
I agree.
Yeah.
I would much rather see my team's success
Yeah.
Yeah.
than another team's downfall.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, let's get onto that left wing spot. I'm really keen and I want to know your thoughts on that left wing spot. Matt, that left wing spot, who starts for you?
Johnson.
Johnson. Josh, who starts for you in that left wing spot?
I'd like Johnson, but I think it'll be Richarlison.
So two Johnsons and a preferable Richarlison. I'm gonna go with Johnson. Matt, why are you going with Johnson?
I don't think we've seen enough of him, and we've seen him before playing for previous teams, and he is a fast, progressive player. He likes to take on the man. He like it, the man. Sorry,
Man.
Sorry about that. No, he likes to take on the man. He likes to get to the byline, and that is the way Tottenham are set up to play these days. So I think I want to see Johnson, and we haven't seen enough of him. And I would love for this to be the game that he starts and he shines.
Yeah, fair enough. Josh?
Yeah, like
why Johnson?
obviously,
Why
I'd
specifically Johnson?
I'd like to see Johnson because I think he's more suited to the system than Richarlison, and I think he's looked better in his cameos than Richarlison has looked in his performances this season. But ultimately, I think he's only just come back from injury, so we've got to be careful as is. It was a great cameo against Palace, but I still don't know if he's fully fit. And also, the way that I'm looking at it is if Udogie is a risk, can you have two players, and Udogie does start, can you have two players that aren't necessarily fully fit on the same side, a side where they could have potentially Reece James and Raheem Sterling? So they're going to have to absolutely work tonight. Will Johnson do that? I'm not sure, because Johnson didn't particularly come back and press against Arsenal well.
Surely James and Sterling will be on the other side.
No.
They'd be against Udogie and whoever their winger is.
Well, no, Reece James will be right back, but
yeah,
I think Sterling will be playing left wing.
I think he'll be playing right wing. I think they're going to start Mudryk left wing.
Okay, fair enough.
And that's why I'm worried, though, that if that is the case, it would worry me having Johnson and Udogie together, because I know we did okay against Arsenal when they were together, but there were a few times, and for their goal, which I know it was a deflection, but for their goal, Saka managed to get Udogie 2-on-1, and so he could cut in because Udogie had to deal with the outside runner as well, which was Ben White, which we know Reece James loves to bomb on, and that'll happen multiple times, I could imagine, throughout the game if what I think is going to happen happens in terms of lineups. So I think Richarlison, as much as he can frustrate us on the ball, he shows moments of good link-up, and he's a pressing machine, to be fair to him. He does work hard, especially when he loses the ball. He works very hard for the team, which I think is something that we could use tonight. So
I think, go on.
I'm not angry if either start.
Yeah.
I prefer Johnson if he's fit. But if Johnson isn't fit...
Do you think it maybe depends on the left-back? Maybe depends on the left-back. I'm just saying,
massively depends on the left-back. I think Ben Davies is so much more limited than Udogie, and he's not going to make those same tactical sort of runs that Udogie does in terms of the underlaps and the overlaps and the positions he gets in. Udogie basically plays centre mid when he plays. Actually, we forget Emerson could start left back tonight. He has probably just as much chance of starting left back. Or is he injured?
No, Emerson's available.
He's fit. He has just as much chance starting left back as Ben Davies, to be fair, I'd imagine.
Yeah, fair enough. Matt, tell me something. You say you'd rather start Johnson. Okay, I'm giving you a hypothetical situation. You've got Emerson Royale starting at left back. Okay, defensively he's brilliant. You start Brennan Johnson. All good. Yeah, both them. One goes up front, one stays back to defend. All good. You've got Richie though, and you've got Emerson. Is that not a bit of a problem? Too defensive, not enough thinking forward.
No, I think Richarlison is aggressive.
Okay.
I don't see Richarlison as a defensive option. Like, he is aggressive. He gets after people. He chases the ball. His work rate is fantastic. Even if he doesn't always deliver,
Yeah,
his
he's
work
aggressive.
rate,
He's just limited.
yeah.
Mhm.
So no, I don't see that as being a problem. I don't see it as too defensive. Yeah, I'd love to see Udogie playing because I have fallen in love with Udogie very, very quickly. I think it's
Yeah,
amazing. And
I think he's brilliant.
I
for a
think he's not
player
going
of
to be
his,
here for very long if he keeps going, and that's saying something because we managed to keep hold of players. But I think he could go to the very, very top of the game. I think he's
Hmm.
exceptional.
I was just trying to think of top left backs in the world currently, and I'm just like, sure, you got your Alphonso Davies, you got your Hernandez, you got the Cancelo.
But
Name me
you
another
got your
one.
Cancelos at the moment in the league. You're probably looking at Josko Gavardio competing with
Yeah,
him. You know,
okay.
you got your Zinchenko, who I don't particularly rate that highly, but I know a
I
lot of
don't rate
people do rate
Zinchenko.
Zinchenko. Um, but Andy Robertson, obviously, I think he's on the
Yeah.
back end of his career, but still a good player. But Udogie is special. He's so special, and I think tactically, I'm so impressed with him tactically. I didn't think him and Porro would understand this system so well, considering this is the first time they've both played fullbacks, and it's not just a
Hmm.
regular fullback; it's an inverted fullback. So they're basically playing centre mid most of the time. They've been exceptional.
Well, we're gonna get to my favorite point of the show, where we're gonna end it by the score predictions. Now, guys, like I said previously, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And
Don't bottle it, Matt.
Matt,
Don't bottle
Matt,
this.
why? Yeah, why you sorry, Matt? We got. Don't worry, we got some proof. I'm gonna bring out the Instagram page where we posted the school predictions. As you can see, over 2,000 likes. That means over 2,000 people saw Matt's prediction. Over 2,000 people. Let's have a little look at the predictions. Obviously, I went for 3-1. Josh went for a 2-0. Matt went for a 1-1. And obviously, a new addition to the team, Jamie, went for 2-1. But let's focus on these three. In the meantime, let's quickly have a little look in the comments. 2-0 says Dylan. 4-0 Spurs win. Wish we had Musa. Let's have a look. All right. Look, you can see most of them can see we're gonna win. Most of them have a little feeling we're gonna win. I just want to go look for the someone made a brilliant comment.
I hate it. I just hate it. I hate everyone's confidence.
What's
It's admin
admin
three
three
spoken.
smoking? Uh, all right. So you can see admin three. Matt obviously is got an interesting take. Can you please explain why you are going for this score
Because it's
prediction?
Chelsea. I hate them with a passion, but we just don't beat Chelsea.
Yeah.
I know.
I am so nervous. I love everyone's optimism. I really appreciate the optimism. And I do think that it's our best chance in a long while to get 3 points against them. However, I'm a lot older than you guys. I have a lot more experience than you guys. And I'm so nervous for tonight. So nervous.
I'm nervous. It hasn't actually kicked in. I think I'm actually gaslighting myself into thinking we're not even playing them just so I can save my sanity for later on because I will feel sick. I felt sick before Palace. I hate this top of the table business. It's so horrible.
I know. I just
We
want.
just go back to mid table.
Pressure.
I can't do this anymore.
Honestly, like I hate it. I just want to be fifth. I want to be in fifth place,
My comfort
mid-table
zone.
obscurity, and then at the end of the season we can try and push for fourth. Right? That's where I want to be. Top of the table is horrendous. I hate it with a
Yeah.
passion. It ruins every week for me. I don't like football anymore. It's awful.
I don't understand. I've got friends that are like City and Liverpool fans, yeah. And my friend that's a City fan, I was like, how do you enjoy any game of football ever? I was like, everyone, literally every game, everyone just sits back with
Looks
10 men behind the ball from minute one.
yeah.
They just sit there hoping not to lose. Every game feels like an unbelievable amount of pressure. It's boring. It's draining. I was like, how do you do it? He went, I don't even like football anymore. That's what he said to me. He said, I don't even like football. And that's as a City fan. He was like, it's pointless now because everyone, what we've experienced is what they experience every season, every game against every single team. It's horrible.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking this last season, when Arsenal won top for, however long they were. Anyone got the exact amount of days? Just out of interest.
Wasn't it like 214 or 240 something?
Let's go with 200.
I know they were
Yeah.
top of the. I know they were top of the table for 93% of the season.
Yeah, it was like 247 days, and City were top for like 14.
Let's go for 240 days. I was thinking about this. Think about being on top, please. I hope I'm not jinxing anything, but imagine being on top of the table for 240 days, watching your team play against teams that are just sitting back, hoping not to concede, and then all you do is you just go on and just lose the league. You just bottle the league. It's just unbelievable.
What I love about last season is Arsenal were incredibly Spursy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I don't
say that
understand
again,
how we're labelled the bottlers when they do what they do consistently as well. But
Yep.
do you know what, lads? If we're top for 247 days, you can say goodbye to this set of locks that I've got on top of my head. I'll look like Matt by the end of the season. Honestly, it would be my hair will be absolutely gone. It's already going grey, so it will be gone by the time. If we win a league, it'll be worth it. But
Oh, don't get our hopes up. Don't get our hopes up
no,
too,
I've got no
too
hope,
early.
mate. I honestly,
Josh,
I still think
2-0. 2-0, you're saying? What
Yeah,
makes you go 2-0?
2-0, but I think it'll be a Sonny double. But that's
Yeah.
if Vicario have to be on his game because they will get chances because it's Chelsea. Like they could be League Two, and I'd still be worried that Chelsea are gonna have us home or away.
Oh. So you're the only one who says clean sheet.
I'm being optimistic.
Yeah.
I actually think we're very good defensively, and obviously I think shot stopping wise, we've got the best performing keeper in the league. I think he's still on. He wasn't like 82% of a save percentage. I think it's down to like 78 now. But Vicario's been unbelievable for us this season, and I think he's been a big difference maker. But I think you need to do that as a top level team. You look at the likes of Liverpool and City. Alisson bails Liverpool out constantly. When you play a high line, they will create chances. But it is Chelsea and this season, and they honestly are one of the worst teams at converting chances I've ever seen in my life. I don't understand how they spent $1 billion and got no striker.
Watch them put 4 past us now.
If they put 4 past us, lads, I hope you've enjoyed me being on the channel because I won't be here for the foreseeable. I'll be going into a sort of a self-isolation to reflect on what's happened. And I won't be seeing it because I work with Chelsea fans as well, and I won't be going into work either. I'll just be at home, just locked myself in a room.
As you can see, there's a lot of optimism in terms of everyone, but kind of like Matt.
Matt's just bringing us all down. Now I'm nervous. I was actually pretty happy before we started this stream, and now I'm just nervous.
Look, lads. A 3-1 victory I'm going with. I think the Chelsea will get a goal, but it all depends on how we play. I'm hoping for a good game. I really am hoping for a good game. It's too late to change your score prediction, guys. Whatever it is. I want everyone to comment after this live stream your score prediction, so we can actually reflect after in a match reaction. We'll be looking at your comments and seeing what's happening. Matt, have you got anything last to say? Anything optimistic to say? No, I'm joking. Anything to say?
No, mate. I'm terrified.
Terrified. All right. Matt is terrified for the game at 8 o'clock UK time, obviously, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Josh, any last words?
I hope you've enjoyed me being on the channel because if we now lose, you won't see me again. I'm still. Do you know what? Actually, the most interesting thing tonight will be which team Poch celebrates for when they score. Because I'm actually convinced after these quotes that he's going to celebrate if Sonny puts 1 past Chelsea.
The best thing is if Sonny or Madison celebrates and scores and just celebrates in front of Poch, literally just runs to him and just starts celebrating in front of him. But as you can see,
do you know what I would love? I would love for Madison to put a guy on the sideline and Pochettino is just there like. Dart
Bullseye.
celebration. Pochettino doing the dart celebration.
Oh, it's gonna be a hectic game from all different perspectives, lads. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this live stream. Actually a bit unique, us doing it a live stream instead of a video. But hopefully, you guys enjoyed this. If you guys do enjoy these type of live streams, make sure to comment down below. Obviously, comment down below your score predictions. Subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 1.32k. So
And
subscribe.
thank you, Ellie, for your involvement today. We've enjoyed
Big
that.
up to
Big up
to Ellie. Big up to all your comments. Obviously, I will be coming on your show very soon. And Matt, Josh, thanks for being a co-host. Obviously, wonderful. We do have a new addition to the team, but you guys have to wait a bit of time until he comes on. Lads, hopefully we all have a great day. Up the Spurs, and let's try to be optimistic. Come on, you Spurs. Come on.
Spurs.